welcome back to the EB Cup. We have a round 2 bout here. We have the players, myself, your lovely host Djent, versus Malachiel up here in the topmost sporting position of Meteoropolis. And myself just down here on the left here. Good old Djent in the yellow, Malachiel in the green, the Aussie green and gold. Just to let you guys know that I am ecstatic to be back in the casting chair for all you wonderful, handsome nerds that watch and follow the EB Cup. So we had a massive delay there, largely due to the fact that we were waiting on some players that just didn't end up playing. And yeah, so they didn't actually let us know until a couple of months of jerking around that they wanted to not play. So now that that's all sorted, we have some fine stand-ins like Malachiel over here. We're going to continue this tournament and burn through these next rounds. So what do we got here? Djent just heading out with his scouting probe. Very, very standard stuff. Sending this Overlord down here to see if Malachiel is spawning down there. Djent trying to find an early vision advantage of finding out where Malachiel is. We have here the barracks and wall in. Djent now fully aware of where Malachiel is. Malachiel also just about to find Djent. Back at Djent's main, nothing going down just yet. He's going to get that 200 mineral point and just make that spawning pool ASAPly. So we don't have any SCVs popping out from Malachiel. He's going to be favouring that wall very, very early just in case of 6-pull cheese. Djent wouldn't do that to Malachiel, but just in case, it's better to be safe than sorry. More scouting here. This drone a little bit nervous of bunker rushing. I'm not sure. I forget. Spawning pool going down now and extractor straight away from Djent. Djent looking to take up ASAP. This Overlord just realising that he's found nothing and should probably come home. So we'll check on him in about 20 minutes time when he gets back there. So also a refinery going down from Malachiel. So Malachiel looking to be getting some gas and taking up as well. Marine number 1 going to come out, which pretty much renders any kind of early rush useless, because this Marine can just destroy it while this wall just contains and boxes in all of the Zerg units. We got a spawning pool right now, and straight away 2 or 4 rather Zerglings coming out, and a Queen straight away from Djent as well. So in these early stages, not much to talk about. As I've mentioned, this Overlord's just keeping an eye on the ramp, and this one's just sort of chilling. It's normally better to have your Overlords sort of running around, getting some vision, but you also don't want to lose them to Marines or something silly like that, because getting supply blocked in the early stages of the game really is a bad idea. Roach Warren going down now for Djent. More Zerglings coming out. These Zerglings just going to see what they can do. Finding an SCV, having a bit of a poke there. And interception. No, he gets through. Hero SCV. He gets straight through, sees the Roach Warren. Malachiel now has a bit of knowledge. This drone did not need to come out. But you know what? That's cool. He wants to be in the fight. He wants to be like his Zergling brothers. It's fine with me. Queen now out. Spitting eggs into this hatchery. And so the Zergling's just going to chill here now. They didn't actually get to the front like they wanted to. This drone heading out. Oh, going for the expand here on 20. And Malachiel, what's he got? He's got his tech lab up. He's got a second barracks with another tech lab up. So now that you've seen that Roach Warren looking to get some Marauder play happening, which is pretty smart. Yep, so Marauder straight away here from Malachiel, and Concussive Shell straight away as well, which will make Roach Micro a little bit harder. These Zerglings just heading out now. He's going to have a bit of a look at the front. They're going to see these Marines, and that will probably be it. We'll just jump into the Djent can here. The Djent can. There it is. Just going to see what Djent sees. Tech lab and a Marauder. But there you go. So these Zerglings did their job. They had a bit of a look. Did manage to kill a couple of them, which kind of sucks for Djent. But you know what? That's cool. Game on. Creep tumor dropped here from this Queen. Queen just going to have another lava spit into that hatchery. Fantastic. This one just about half done. This expo here from Djent. Djent hotkeying all of his hatcheries onto the number 4 there. Malachiel keeping an eye on the smoke back here with this supply depot, which is smart, just to stop drops or Nidus worms, anything silly like that. The orbital command coming here from Malachiel, a little bit late on the orbital command, but that's okay. It's going to start dropping mules or scanning. Probably a mule first. Nothing. Okay. So we got an engineering bay coming down here. Turret's a very good idea against Zerg, who like to make mutalisks, which is like Djent likes to make mutalisks. This expansion's just finished, and droning straight away from him. This SCV core doing nothing, dying straight away. This Overseer, what is it? It's an Overlord. There it is. It's an Overlord, and it's heading down to have a look now, do its job, get some vision for the Zerg player. Roach is out now for Djent, as we saw lots of Marauders back at Malachiel's base, so probably not going to be all that effective, but he's making them anyway. He's going to chill here by this creep tumor. And this Queen, another lava spit there. Getting a bit high in the energy here. Djent missing a few lava spits, but that's okay. Spine Crawler coming down here from Djent. Strange placement, but there you go. Baneling nest up now for Djent as well. Some Banelings going down, which would be pretty cool if he wants to try a bust, which I think he might. Also very good against Marines. Not that many Marines, though. Should be a bit more worried about these Marauders. Perhaps some more Zerglings would be pretty good for him. He does only have 4 Zerglings. Ooh. So these Marauders are actually going to be very effective. And now he has 0 Zerglings. These Roaches getting in a bit of trouble here from this Terran army. The Terrans moving in right now. No stim. Oh, now there's stim. Okay, so the Banelings managed to take out the Marines here. Just Marauders left, but only Roaches left to fight off these Marauders. Roaches not all that great against Marauders, but Djent is making more anyway. 6 Zerglings on the way as well. Zerglings will be much more effective against these Roaches. These ones just sort of chilling at the back, deciding they want to actually do their jobs now and get in here. There you go. The Queen does live, and she's very happy about that. Some Zerglings out, better late than never, and so the Roaches just sort of chilling here. So we have got a resources station here. Djent with about, let's see, how's my math? 15 food advantage over Malachiel at the moment. So we'll just check the unit counting station. 23 SCVs, 1 mule, and 21 drones from Djent. So Malachiel with the economic advantage right now. Both guys is up for him, only 1 for Djent. Not many drones mining here. Got a bit of supply block there, so there's 2 overlords just pop out. Generally bad to make more than 1 overlord at a time. And second macro hatch happening up here in the main of Djent, so he's obviously not very happy with his lava production. Wants to get that lava production maximized. This overlord just chilling on the gold expansion. Don't want Malachiel to be taking gold expansions because he's already in front with his economy, and we need to be at least matching, if not trumping, this guy if we want to win. If we want to win against him. Another barracks going up here. What add-on is going to make? No add-ons. This tank's just chilling. Siege mode not starting to be researched yet. Reactor coming out, very smart. Want to get lots of Marines out there. Zerglings coming through. Oh, good thing he has that concussive shell thing. So here come out some forces here, which I think they might actually lose to this Roach force. Perhaps not, because there are some stim Marauders in here. Okay, the Marauders are doing a really good job. Some more Marauders up here on the high ground, picking off that Roach there. The Baneling's doing nothing, and the Roach is just finishing off these Marauders. So these Roaches are going to sneak over this depot here. Malachiel shouldn't have dropped that. The Roaches are in now, just killing these Marauders. Marauders killing Roaches. It really is pretty close. I think the Roaches might actually squeeze in. So Roach is going to have a nice big look now. Go to the Djent can. So Djent's Roach is having a little bit of a look. Sees the engineering bay. And obviously he knows that there are siege tanks. Therefore a tech lab and factory there. More Roach Zergling coming out from Djent. Djent not looking to transition just yet. In fact, he's not making anything, just looking by this production tab here. Now with a lava spit. This Queen is hard at work. Also reminding Djent to spawn more overlords. We have double extractor going here at the expansion, and the other extractor up here now. So the gas income for Djent is going to be skyrocketing very soon. Malachiel with a sneaky gold expansion down here. Djent completely unaware of this, thinking that Malachiel would surely expand towards the Zerg player instead of sneakily expanding away. Sneakily expanding away sometimes good if the Zerg isn't actively scouting, which it looks at this stage Djent is not. This SCV is going to get headbutted. Bam and bam. Dead SCV. Another spine crawler coming up here to match the other 2. Another Queen at this expansion. More lava spitting. More Zerglings. So yeah, very even in the foods right now. Both of these guys just making armies, getting their economy up. Malachiel's economy is going to shoot through the air once these mules drop at this gold, and there they go. Queuing up some SCVs at their command center. These guys massing at the front here, looking to break that front. Djent wants to get in here and end this game pretty quickly. Too many siege tanks and Marauders here. Overlord vision in hindsight would have been great. Oh, but the depot's down. Oh, these Zerglings would have been awesome to get in. Okay, here they go. The Zerglings do get in, but they're being mismicroed pretty horribly. They're having a bit of a look around. They see the armory. They see that they're not actually that effective against what Malachiel has. Going to pick off an SCV or 2 or 0. I'm not even sure they killed any SCVs. That was a really fail attack from Djent. Malachiel supply blocked a bit, so he's going to crank out these two supply depots straight away. Not dropping the supply on there because that's you generally want to save your energy with for mule drops and that sort of thing. Looks like we got an SCV transfer here or an all-in. No, transferring down to the gold. Cool. These guys just massing here, looking to kill Zerg. Zerg is making more Roaches, which is really silly considering the Marauder count. Zerglings would be better in hindsight. Hindsight, a wonderful thing. So these two hatcheries mass-producing lava, unfortunately not mass-producing units. They will be shortly, hopefully. So we've got a Spire just finishing for Djent, Roach Speed also being researched, and a Planetary Fortress going down with this gold expansion. Very, very hard for Zergs to kill Planetary Fortresses. And they've got a Viking coming out as well, so maybe for siege tank spotting, I'm not too sure. This Spine Crawler getting into a bit of a better position, a little bit of a concave here at the expansion. Djent looking to cover all possible entrances for infantry and all sorts of ground forces from getting into that expansion. We don't want that happening. This guy just sort of creeping up here. This Viking's going to take him out. That Overlord's pretty unhappy about that. That puddle just down there, pretty unhappy about that. These Muters going to come out here and show this Viking who's boss. Observe Muta versus Viking. Blammo, dead Viking. Muters returning back home. Could trigger Malachiel to push in. Maybe not now that you see Mutas. Not a lot of these units. Oh, okay, he's got more Marines now. These Marines would be enough to take out those Mutas, but depends on how good Djent is at removing Marines from that force, because then the Mutas can just pick off the siege tanks and the Marauders at leisure. More Overlords coming out from Djent, researching that +1 upgrade. More Mutalisks coming out from Djent as well. Quite a few Mutalisks from him. Okay, we got a push here. Stimming in. Pretty scary sized force. These Mutalisks starting to melt away. The Marauder forces from Malachiel doing a very, very good job here. The Medivac's completely out of energy, so he can't really heal. She, rather, can't really heal. Gender profiling is bad. Mutas coming out now, doing a good job picking up the siege tank. These Zerglings, the perfect anti-Marauder unit coming in now, surrounding. Will Djent lose this expansion? No, he won't. It was pretty close, though. Only 226 hit points left on that expansion. The Queen did go down, so he needs to make that Queen again. Lots of Zerglings coming down from Djent. Really needs lots of Zerglings to stop the siege tanks and the Marauders. Siege mode, not even researched yet. So siege tanks really much more effective with siege mode against Zerglings and that sort of thing. Some Thors coming out now that Malachiel has seen. The Mutalisks. These turrets are down here defending the mineral line. These turrets really defending the whole base. The base is completely covered. Lots and lots of turrets with a Planetary Fortress equals bad news if you're trying to kill it with Mutalisks. Or kill it at all. Planetary Fortresses are so strong. We got a yellow blob heading up here towards the green blob. Yellow blob's heading towards the ramp and having a bit of a poke at the front. Noticing that it's still, yes, very walled off. Thor's coming out now, but the Zerg did not see that. So really, these Mutalisks did come in and did 0 damage. Plenty of damage to them, though. More Mutalisks coming to meet up with the other Mutalisks, so lots of Zergling Muta action happening here. Muta's heading in, finding Thors and Marines. Terrible move from Djent, just losing a couple of Mutalisks for nothing. And now Malachiel, looked like he wanted to move out there, but not quite. Another Medivac coming out here. He needs to make more Medivacs if he wants to make his infantry forces stem a bit more. Another Mutalisk just sort of chilling back here. Djent is making more and more Zerglings. +2 upgrades coming here. So these Banelings coming through the front. Very good work. The Banelings wiping out all of the Marines. Plenty of Thors left though. Not enough Zerglings to deal with this, but they're coming in anyway. They're surrounding the Marauders just down here. Just a bit of vision there. So the Marauders coming in. He's dropping a mule here to repair the Thors. I think the Thors will be just fine though. Looks like these Zerglings are going to be cleaned up. These Mutalisks didn't want to help for some reason. That's cool. More Zerglings rallying at the front here. Djent setting up a bit of a light contain on Malachiel. Don't want Malachiel to... holy crap, Malachiel's just expanded twice. He's put one down here. Some barracks queued up down there and expanding down here. Malachiel is expanding all over the map, which is generally what Zerg wants to do, which is bad. Djent's minerals getting reasonably high. Should start making more expansions. He should start doing what Malachiel is doing. Malachiel playing a bit more like a Zerg player. Djent playing a bit more like a retard. More Banelings coming out for Djent, which would be good against Marines, but unfortunately there aren't any. So here come the Marauders of the Vikings. The Vikings melting away to these Mutalisks, but the Mutalisks melting away to the Thors. They're clumping up. Lots of Mutalisks going down here. These Banelings trying to be useful, but they're really not going to be against these Thors. Look at all those Banelings explode and didn't even kill one Thor. That is awful. Zerglings and Mutalisks retreating now. 3 Thors out from Malachiel. Djent's going to need lots and lots of more Zerglings to deal with that. And he does indeed have 22 Zerglings on the way. We've got vehicle upgrades and +2 infantry nearly done. Some Roaches coming out now to try and deal damage to the armored Thor units. More and more Zerglings. These Thors just chilling up here. Pretty conspicuous location. But Malachiel is macroing his heart out. He's got plenty of buildings, plenty of bases happening here. This one just starting to queue up some SCVs there. This one not really doing anything, and this one completely saturated with SCVs right now. Djent's forces starting to move around. I saw the minimap there. This Queen getting really high in its energy, should really be doing lava spinning. It's using its energy for transfusions on the Mulus. Very cute. This Queen should probably put another Queen down there because there is not enough energy on that Queen to keep spitting into those hatcheries. Yeah, Queen's probably just too busy yelling at Djent to spawn more Overlords because Djent, who likes to speak about himself in the third person, always gets supply blocked. Spine Crawler finished here. Not much else going on. Some more roaches happening. As you can see, in contrast, Malachiel is building a lot at once. Djent not building that much at all. He has a very high gas stockpile. So these units are just sort of flying around. We can see a sensor tower wants to go down here for Malachiel. Malachiel looking to probably take the other gold as well. Mutalisk going straight into Thors. This is terrible micro from Djent. All of his Mutalisks melting away. Very expensive units. Oh, painful to watch. Awful. So we have Thors and a little bit of infantry just peppered in there as well, but these Thors look like they're going to go down to the superior forces of Djent. And they do indeed. Having a look at the unit counting station now, Djent with a food advantage, 95 out of 102 to 76 out of 132 from Malachiel. But as we can see, have a look at the mini-map. We have Malachiel taking the entire right half, sorry, left and right, escaping me just there. Okay, these guys not really rally, but that's okay. As we can see, all of these bases taking the entire right half, except for barring this one, and this one. Malachiel with a massive economic lead right now. His gas is getting quite high. Malachiel, Djent's minerals getting quite high. Yeah. So we got lots more units coming out for Djent. He's looking to make his army as big and scary as possible. Now deciding to get a third hatchery at the 23-minute mark. Just let you process that for a minute. Now that you've processed it, do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? It is in fact bad. That is the correct answer. We have a drone transfer now. I wonder how long those drones were sitting there doing nada. They're heading down to the third hatchery now. Malachiel is aware via this sensor tower that there are units piling up here. Probably can use his powers of deduction to realize that there is a third base now for Djent. Malachiel making double starports down here at his expansion. And factories and barracks is not really doing anything. He's not actually really building units. He's making some Hellions. He's mainly upgrading and building structures by the looks of it. So Djent's hatchery just about to finish. Extractor's going down as well. These drones will be keen to get back to work. Djent's minerals a little bit low compared to his 1500 gas, which is awful. Should really switch to investors or maybe get some hive tech up. Yeah. Just the +1 upgrade there. This refinery, extractor rather, is dead. These overlords trying to find a safe location. Still mining here at this expansion, and this one has just started up and running. Malachiel now expanding to this other gold expansion, so Malachiel taking both gold expansions now. Things looking a bit grim for Djent. These SCVs just sort of chilling, but they've done their job. They mined out an entire gold base. We've got a Thor drop coming up here, but I do believe it will be ill-fated. Ooh. So this Thor is going to evaporate. There it goes. And will this medevac be chased down? No, Djent will let it go. So Djent spitting into that hatchery again. Cloak being researched for Malachiel. He's researching it just there. Oh yeah, Cloak Banshee transition. Malachiel looking to pick out some tech structures for Zerg, I think. So we can see the yellow dots skirting around that sensor tower there. They are being picked up from Malachiel if he's keeping an eye on his minimap. Yeah, so Spine Crawler going down here at the expansion. Djent getting some static defense happening. Malachiel's SCV is completely mined out just then at his main. The energy getting a bit high there for Malachiel. Malachiel staying very passive right now, not going to attack. Very much playing like a Zerg, just staying back, waiting for his enemy to come to him. Expanding, building, teching up. And so we have a planetary fortress going down here as well, surrounded by turrets. Supply depots going down as well, and there's the SCV transfer. Mutalisk just sort of darting around here trying to be useful, meeting up with some more brothers of theirs. And we got some more mutas on the way, 6 mutas, +1 attack upgrade, ground attack upgrade, +1 ground armor going down for Djent. Looking to transition into mass roach by the looks of things. yeah, this queen dropping a creep tumor. Oh, that feels better. This queen just chilling. And we got some ship weapons upgrade going down. Interesting. I guess he just wants to make these Banshees more scarier than they already are. Banshee's very scary for Zerg. Lots and lots of Banshees coming out here. Incredible DPS on the Banshee. Plus 2 attack air upgrade for Djent. So these Mutalisks are going to become more and more effective as time goes on. Malachiel deciding to make Thors again, which is cool. So another push at the front here. So Zerglings and Roaches just having a bit of a poke just to make Malachiel nervous. Malachiel realizing that he needs to be active with his unit production. But the food's actually very, very similar. 148 for Djent, 145 for Malachiel. Djent's Mutalisks coming in here, finding a lot of turrets, and Thors evaporating Mutalisks. Oh, Djent terrible with his Mutalisk macro in this game. Really needs to practice that up. Zerglings rolling in here now, finding a planetary fortress, and indeed getting evaporated. Roach is coming in here now. Roach is going to be a lot better against all these armored units, but not enough Roaches to deal with the planetary fortress plus 2 Thors being repaired from these SCVs. Going to need some more forces if Djent wants to take that out. So what's Djent doing right now? We got 13 more Roaches coming out now. More Overlord supply block again. Malachiel's money is huge. 3,000 minerals. That's probably from all the gold bases that he's starting to buy out. Really could start expanding again, making more barracks, going mass marines. Need to spend your money. These Banshees cloaking and trying to take out the Spire. Will they take out the Spire? Looks like possibly not, because this Overseer is making these Banshees appear, and the Spire does live to tell the tale. If it can indeed talk. Probably not. Mutalisks just chilling here with an Overseer. Well and truly protected against Banshees now. This Overlord dropping creep within the smoke there to make sure there's no funny business. More Banshees coming out from Malachiel. Probably a bad idea. Banshee's not that effective anymore. More Starports coming down. Maybe he's looking to commit to this Banshee sort of switch. Marines just sort of chilling here. Malachiel's army is very spread out. So he's got Thors down here. Infantry and another Thor up here. Banshees and Marines chilling down here at the Expo. I guess, and another Thor here, so his army's really spread out. If his army was all together, he could probably roll through Djent, who's just hit 178. A lot of Roaches now, actually. Malachiel just scanning to see that. Overseer going down here at the expansion just to protect against Banshees. So yeah, Malachiel's Banshee just having a bit of a roll around here, cruising between the gold bases, observing how friggin' rich their commander is. Oh my god, we are so rich, us Green Terrans. We have so much money, 5,000 in fact. Some more Banshees coming out here, looking to do some more Banshee harass. Malachiel rolling on. Heading towards that expansion. Good thing Djent made a Overseer down here. Where are the Mutalisks? Just chilling down here. They're just hanging at the gold expansion. Some SCVs doing nothing right now. Not very good. Okay, so they cloaked and they're moving in. Djent's Roach forces moving away because they can't really be useful in this particular case. The expansion is going to be attacked right now. Queen's going to be sniped almost definitely. And now the Banshees are disappearing from Malachiel, and that is another failed attack. But we did lose a Queen, but one Queen for all those Banshees, probably not worth it. Roaches taking out their fury on the Arcturus Manx statue. Yeah, so now Djent's taking the Hive. He sees all those Thors, probably thinking like he wants to go Broodlords. Yes, indeed. There it goes, the Great Aspire. Djent is taking the Broodlords. Some Corruptors coming out now for Djent as well. Will be good against Banshees, will be good against Vikings until they turn into the Broodlord. I see Djent macroing that drone somewhere. Not too sure what's going on here. We got some movement here, so we've got a mini tank and marine force heading out. Djent's force is getting pretty scary. Djent almost maxed Malachiel at 187, so the food supply is very, very close. Well, Djent is maxed. He's got Mutalisk and Roach by the looks of things. Very, very effective against what Malachiel is doing right now. Marines, tanks, and Thors will go down. So Malachiel just about to be maxed as well. These SCVs still doing nothing, which is frustrating me. So these Roaches now coming in. Roaches decided that they don't want this gold base to function anymore. They're target firing that Thor. The Thor does go down. These Mutalisks just chilling, waiting for the Roaches to take out the Thors. Thors do go down. The Roaches attacking the planetary fortress. They're having a bit of trouble with it. Not all the Roaches are firing. They're just sort of chilling at the back there. They're taking out the turrets. Okay, and the roaches are retreating. Turrets are down now, so now the Mulists can come in and do all the damage without repercussions from the scary planetary fortress. The bounce back killing all the SCVs. Smart, beautiful work from Djent. Very, very good stuff. This planetary fortress will go down. Malachiel will be losing that base. Malachiel down to his measly 1, 2, and nearly 3 mining bases, which is basically one more than what Djent has, and Djent is Zerg, which is terrible. Broodlords coming in now for Djent, which would be very, very handy in his fight to win this. We got a nuke being researched from Malachiel. Oh my. Where's that ghost? There it is. The Ghost Academy researching nukes. Very cool. Mueller's coming in here now, taking out the refineries. Djent looking to take this gold instead. There he goes. And hatch. Bam. Overseers following around the Muellers to make sure no Banshees come through and take out this hatch. Malachiel massing a bit of a counter-attack force here. And there they go. Siege Tech is researched this time. Roach is not going to be as effective, but Broodlord's going to be very effective. These Corruptors overextending themselves. They're going to evaporate. They're going to die. Oh, okay, two of them did. Broodlord's coming in now. Roach forces and the Muellers running around. And these Thors will go down. Djent looking like he's in a bit of an advantage right now with the Broodlords and the Roaches and the Muellers taking out all of this slow-moving mech. These siege tanks retreating desperately to higher ground. They want the turret and the planetary fortress to beef up their forces. Mueller's taking out that guy at the Dolnaga Watchtower, and we have a 182 to 149 food advantage for Djent. Djent looking like in pretty good shape right now, despite his ridiculously horrible macro. Siege tanks here taking out those broodlings. And we've got some Vikings coming out here, picking up the Broodlords. Vikings, though, getting attacked by the Muellists. Muellists have taken out all the Vikings. We've got one Broodlord left from Djent that just barely, no, two Broodlords just barely alive for Djent. Nearly dead, 41 hit points and 6 hit points. So this planetary fortress is probably killing itself. Splash damage from the siege tanks, attacking the broodlings and damaging everything around it. So the siege tanks are actually firing on their own planetary fortress, which is funny. It is funny, all right? This hatchery just down here doing not much. So we've got a drone transfer right now. These roaches just cruising through. Roaches really could have taken out that planetary fortress, but they decided to chase the siege tanks instead. Roaches now just chilling here. And we have the Mutalists moving in, getting attacked by these by the missile turrets. Broodlords deciding they don't want none of that. Broodlords want that missile turret to go down. These roaches now attacking this expansion from Malachiel, which isn't really doing much anyway. Roaches attacking the siege tanks. Siege tanks going down. And now the expansion is going down from Malachiel, so Malachiel's looking like he's losing a bit of his advantage here. Djent with a pretty massive food advantage right now. 40 plus food advantage for Djent. Mueller's just chilling. Roaches just running around on the ground, decimating everything that's on the ground. We got to go. Oh no! Oh! Nuke down here for Djent's base going down. The Queen goes down, Overlords go down, and the hatchery is damaged. Another nuke going down! All of these drones are going to die. Djent does not notice. He's scrambling. Oh no! He doesn't notice at all. Oh no! Ah! Oh, dead drones. Damaged hatchery. Djent's advantage has just evaporated. Literally, it has been vaporized by all of those nukes going down to that one last mining expansion. These Muellers getting mown and destroyed by Vikings and turret mixture. These roaches trying to run around and be useful. Not sure where they're going to be useful, so Djent just microwing around. Running into a planetary fortress is a bad idea. Okay, so he's running down this way towards some siege tanks. Another statue going down. These roaches showing that they are very tough against statues. And we have a pretty scary force from Malachiel coming up here. Some more ghosts coming down. Ghosts really made all the difference from Malachiel in this game. Marines coming in here. They're going to finish off this expansion. This expansion is dead. He needs to cancel that Queen. Doesn't cancel the Queen in time. Djent worried about siege tanks raping all of his roaches down here. The expansion does go down. Djent in a massive deficit right now, getting raped by Malachiel. He has almost nothing mining. He has 2 drones here. This base is mined out. This base is about to be nuked. Oh no! Bam! Oh! Djent is being peeled apart like a mandarin or a banana. Pick your fruit. He's being peeled like a peelable fruit by Malachiel, and Djent really has not got long for this world. These roaches coming down. and attacking desperately, trying to get a bit of whatever advantage left they can. Unfortunately, not target firing the Thor. Target firing the Marines instead. Now they're target firing the Thor. Thor does go down. The Vikings coming in to join the fray. 2 Broodlords from Djent heading down right now. So Djent has no anti-air right now. These Vikings could lift. They could lift, and they could lift. Oh, never mind. Okay, the Vikings won't lift. They'll die. But there's a bunker and siege tanks down here. Djent 32 food to 112. Really, there is nothing that Djent can do right now. He's completely broke. Well, he's not completely broke, but he has no hatcheries to build out of except for Zerglings. And I do believe Djent's going to GG very shortly. Brutal are going down. More nukes going down. This gold expansion, the only remaining mining base for Djent, about to go pop. Oh, it stings. It really does. Wow. So Djent's got nothing. He's got 4 Mulisks. Yeah, 2 Roaches and a Queen. Yeah, you know what? GG. So I just watched myself lose horribly to Malachiel. Congrats, Malachiel, though. Well done, Malachiel TTing. He's upset about winning. Shouldn't be. Woo! Blam. And that is the end of that game. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be going into Game 2 shortly. Can Djent come back in this series against Malachiel? See you in the next vid. Bye.